How do you gain speed on the resolutions from this meeting that you just had? How do you gain speed, knowing well that if you cannot work with the National Assembly, then you're going nowhere?
No. If we are not saying we are not ready to work with National Assembly. If the National Assembly, if they are ready to do the needful, we are ready to work with them. If they realize that there's an historic responsibility, that Nigeria is not at peace, the country is going down, and they want to stand for their historic responsibility to ensure that we rework the constitution, we work with them. In fact, it saves everybody all the problems, all the agitations. If they want to be statement, if they know that look, the time calls for this, we work with them perfectly. But if they don't, if they are doing what they are doing, like they voted over the devolution of powers in their recent amendment, then they don't have a final say on these matters. That's what you are saying.
So, in other words, if this doesn't go the way you expect it to go, there is going to be established the rise of an Oduduwa Republic. Is that what you're saying?
I need to say this. Since independence, the Yoruba have been subjected to all kinds of indignities within the Nigerian Union, from Awolowo to Abiola.
But every group claims the same thing.
I'm coming. It will, look, you remember in 1962, the emergency relations in Western Nigeria, all the service of Awolowo, Abiola was locked up for 5 years, he was liquidated. They took him alive from here, they brought his dead body to us. In all these situations, Yoruba have never questioned the corporate existence of Nigeria. For once, we have not done so. And up till now, we are still insisting that we can restructure this country, make it good for everybody, live in happiness. That's not to say that there are no people who are saying that, look, you are wasting your time. Even at Ibadan yesterday, you can see all kind of placards, all kind of messages that, look, the restructuring is too late now. But mainstream leadership, we are still insisting that we can negotiate a proper federation within which all the circumstances in Nigeria can live in happiness, fulfill their civilization, live in peace, and we cooperate, but on the basis of unity constitution. I will also said it in 1997 in his book Thoughts on Nigerian Constitution, on page 56. He made it clear that any attempt to run Nigeria along unity lines will be productive of discontent, disharmony, fighting among the people, and that the whole machinery of government will crumble under bureaucratic centralism, except to get superhuman beings to run the affairs of Nigeria. Now here we are. In Nigeria, the cream does not make it to the top.
But you've not answered that question.
Yes.
In the event where all this failed to crystallize, would you have a Oduduwa Republic? Is that what you want?
No, when you look at the mainstream Yoruba leadership, we are not the one asking for Oduduwa Republic. There are other people asking for Oduduwa Republic. But we are even saying to them, look, let's restructure. If you restructure Nigeria, we don't need a republic. What will give rise to those elements, gaining ascendancy, is if they shoot down restructuring, then we have no basis because they will ask us, so what have you brought back with your restructuring? But we, the mainstream leadership, we are not talking of that, we are talking of let's restructure Nigeria, let's make it work, and we believe Nigeria can work if you practice federalism.
But can this call succeed without support from the North?
Well, when you say North, there is a groundswell of support for restructuring in the North. The entire Middle Belt, we had met once now in Abuja. We have agreed on restructuring. When you go to the Northeast, you have people like Atiku and the rest of them. When you go to Northwest, you are not in lack of support of people for this agenda. I think today, those who are against restructuring, they are very few. You know that they are powerful. And so I do not think that when you say restructuring today, it's not just a southern thing. It's a nationwide thing. But there is a few powerful forces who are standing against restructuring. But it's for the benefit of all. In fact, like we said about yesterday, look at the last, I think the 16 point on our agenda yesterday. It's very clear that we should, like the 2014 conference said, we should take efforts to develop mineral resources across all over Nigeria, in the north, in the south, everywhere, because these things are there. It's only that the present constitution, 1999 unitary constitution, says that all those mineral resources are vested in federal government. We say take it to the federal units. We are even saying that vote money from federal government budget to develop all this mineral, and for a period of 10 years, 5-10 years, we can still continue doing what we are doing now until we develop all those things. So we care for everybody.